Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have our 135 our transport box and a load of reelers and fencing equipment, because we're going taking down the electric tape we put up in this field here where the bullocks were, where the 6 bullocks were, who are now sold. If you didn't watch my last video, the Mart video, we sold the six bullocks that were here, and we sold 2 dry cows as well. So now that the 6 bullocks are gone, there's no need for this tape anymore. So we're going to have to take it down, because it's going to be it's no use in this field now. This is finished, it's all grazed, cattle gone, no more cattle going into this field again. So we'll probably take it down, and we might use it elsewhere for other cows or heifers or something like that. But for now we're going to take it down, put it into the box, and either put it back into the storage container or just leave it in the box, depending on if we're going to need it in the next coming days or not. So one end is tied up there, the other end is somewhere there. There's about 2 or 3 reelers in it. The tape is joined somewhere, so I do have 3 reelers with me. I don't know how many reelers are needed, but what I do know is that there's 2 full reelers going the whole way around, and then there's a small bit of tape, just like a little cut off of a tape, joining whatever small section is there. So I'm pretty sure there is 2 full reelers in it, but there might be a third one, I'm not 100% sure. But what I'll do is unclip it from all the stakes until I reach the end where it's joined, and then I'll come back down, untie it from the post there, connect it to one of the reelers, and then start reeling it up. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to record this video with fencing. There's going to be a lot of moving around the cameras, but we'll figure something out, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I can, well, as I'm going about, when I'm unclipping it, I can take up those pigtail stakes and plastic stakes and put them into the tractor, the box, the barrel that's in the transport box in the tractor, and I can bring the tractor with me as well. So yeah, I guess that'll save a lot of hassle there. Anyways, let's get the tape out of the plastic stakes and the pigtail stakes put into the box and get the tape reeled up. Okay, so I have all the tape taken out of the stakes, and the stakes sort of somewhat collected. I didn't put them into the tractor, which is just down below there. I just went around the whole field unclipping the stakes from the wire. Oh, I missed one here. I just went around the whole field unclipping the tape from the wire like that and taking it up, and basically once I got a handful of stakes, plant them at the nearest wooden stake, because when I come around with the tractor I'm going to have to try and take out the wooden stakes and put them into the tractor as well. So I'll reel up whatever tape, and then I'll go around with the tractor and just pick up all the stakes, pigtail stakes and plastic stakes that I left at the wooden stakes, put them into the box, and then I'll have to take up the wooden stakes and put them into the box as well. So yeah, the next thing is, there's the other end of the reeler. This is a different tape. It's sort of an orange and white one, while the one down below where I'm going to start off at, because that's where the tractor is sort of a white, green and a white. So should be easily be able to tell where it is joint, if it is joint in places. I've seen a couple of joints here and there when I was going around taking up the plastic stakes. So Now what I could do is loosen all the wire around the place and just stand in one spot and reel it up, but when you do that it doesn't tend to be sort of tight and compact on the reeler. So what I'm going to do is loosen it at one end. It's still going to be tied wherever, and I'm going to reel it and walk with it while keeping sort of a tug on it, keeping a pull on it, so it's being reeled more tightly and compacted on the reeler itself, which obviously is a bit more hard work, but you get more on the reeler because it's not loose on the reeler, it's more snugly fitted on the reeler itself. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I found where it's joined. You can see that this wire has the white, green and white, and then you have this one which is the white and orange one, and you can see here where it's all mingled together. This is where it's all tied up. So I'll untie it here, reel up whatever is left there. I'll go down and get the tractor, and while I'm moving the tractor up to where I am here, I can be stopping now and then, picking up the plastic stakes that are left by every wooden stake here and be throwing them into the box while I'm making my way up here. So yeah, I'll have to untie this, reel up what's left and get the tractor. And you can see, because when I was reeling, I was walking while I was reeling and keeping it sort of pulled to me and keeping it, the tape sort of tight like that while reeling it up. And you can see that it's way more nicer on the reeler, way more compacted. It's not all that loose or anything like that. It's nice and compact. And you could get a lot more on it as well. You can see how much more you could get on it if there was more. But this is where it is joined, so I'll have to get another reeler and continue my way onwards. So yeah, I guess we will go ahead and do that. I have the new reeler joined up, ready to go and start reeling away. I have the wooden stakes and a couple of the plastic stakes that were all along this side all picked up and put into the box. So I think I'll do the exact same system that I done there. I'd reel up this reeler as far up as it goes, whether it's joined somewhere along there or it ends over there. I don't know where it's going to end or not, but wherever it is ending at a stake or joined with it or put another tape is where I will stop, come back and get the tractor, and while I'm going over to wherever the reeler ended, I'll be picking up the wooden stakes and the plastic stakes along the way. So I'll be doing that again this time as well, the handiest I think. So yeah, get back to reeling. We've reached another joiner, as you can see there, but I know that this white, green and white one is only a short one because it only goes down to somewhere down there where that wooden stake is. Probably not able to see with the wide angle lens, but this one here is only a short piece, so I'll disconnect it here, tie that up onto the reeler and roll this bit up by hand until I get down to the bit down to where it joins up with the next bit of tape down below, and then the rest of it can go on a new reeler. So yeah, there's a total of 3 full reelers and a small little cut off bit. So yeah, I'll Once I untie this and tidy it up on the reeler, we'll go back up to the tractor, drive down to the reeler, and while I'm driving down, pick up the stakes and whatnot like I didn't before. Right, so this is basically the roll of tape, which is here, and it basically started where those line of threes are there, basically just this side of those threes. So it didn't have to go too far, and it was joined already, so there's two joints, there's two tapes joined together in this roll. So I don't know is it any good or not, but we'll keep it anyways and see. It might be dumped, it might not. So we have two full rolls there. We have another bit of tape to do, and I'm pretty sure 100% that this is a reel of tape. So this is going to be one full reel of tape of this, if I can get it out. So this tape here, when connected to this reeler, should fit onto that reeler no bother, easy. And it basically ends just down there. You're probably not able to see it with the wide camera lens, but around a similar length to the last two tapes or reelers here, so it should fit onto it snugly on that one. So I'll tie it onto the reeler and we'll get reeling again, and then basically the same setup. Reel it up to the end, dump the reeler where it finishes, come back, get the tractor and pick up all the stakes while I'm heading towards where the reeler is. Same setup, same situation, same procedure, so let's get at it. And all the electric tape is taken down. Job done and dusted for another year. Now you might be wondering why the reason we had basically an electric tape running the whole way around the field, literally the whole perimeter around the field, why we used electric tape. And that's because there is patches along the perimeter of the field where there is barbed wire and that sort of fencing where it's a bit rough, not the best. Obviously we didn't have enough time to get all that fixed before the bullocks got into the field, so that's why we put electric tape the whole way across the field, just so that they wouldn't get out of the field and that they'd stay within the field, obviously. But yeah, the whole tape is taken down, and yeah, that's basically that. I think over the winter we'll just have to do a big job in every field that hasn't had proper fencing done in a while. This field being one of them, because there is barbed wire lying down on the ground, there's stakes rotten. So I think what we'll have to do over the winter, and we were talking about it for a while and a lot the last couple of days and last couple of weeks, is to just go around to nearly all the grazing fields, or as much of the grazing fields that we can do this year during the winter. Basically just take down all the barbed wire, replace any rotten stakes, replace any rotten or broken or just bad wire, and put in new wire or put back up the old wire if it's any good, and just do a whole proper rejig of the fencing again. We did do a lot of fencing there during COVID, during lockdown. We got a site of fencing done in a lot of different fields, but we didn't get around to every field. So we just have to spray bushes, cut bushes back, try and find the barbed wire again, and just, you know, strip it all the way down and start from scratch basically. So And obviously when you consider every field that we have to do, all the grazing fields or any of the fields where cattle would possibly go into, including this one, it is a lot of work. There's weeks or months work of that to be done, especially when you take this field, when you have to go around the whole perimeter of the field. And this field would be about I'd say it would be, it'll be a good 8 acres. You know, it's a fairly long field from down at the front of the field there to the back here, but from each side it's not very wide, but it's a long field. It's more of a rectangular field if you were looking from an aerial point of view. But I'd say it'd be definitely 8 acres, definitely. Because our silage field, which is probably our best field we have, which is why we use the silage on it, and we put cattle in then on the aftergrass. But that field is about 10 acres. So any field of ours that I look at, I gauge it from our silage fields, because I know exactly how big that is. I've seen aerial photographs of it, I've seen it written down on paper from, you know, different advisors and Teagasc and Department of Agriculture and all that. I've seen it written down and marked, so I know that our silage field is 10 acres. So yeah, so when I'm looking around our other fields, I just gauge it from that. When I just look at the field, and I know how long it takes to walk from our silage fields. You know, our silage field is big. It's big. It's obviously, there's bigger fields up the country, but for the west of Ireland, a 10 acre field is not too shabby at all. Not too shabby at all. Let's have a look at a bit of the, see here, where's the fence in here? You cannot see it. You basically cannot see it, so we just have to basically spray, cut, do whatever we possibly can, get them bushes cut back so we can actually get a good look at the fence. You can see it here. There's only one line of barbed wire, and it's pretty low to the ground. There was probably other lines of wire there as well, but probably buried in the grass. And you see that stake is fairly sturdy, but once you start pulling staples out and pulling the wire out, a couple of them stakes might just break. Well, that one is broke, so that one would want to be replaced. But you know, just cut back bushes, take that barbed wire and just pull it out into the field. Replace any stakes that need replacing. If the barbed wire is bad, put in new barbed wire. If that barbed wire is good, put it back and just do a proper fencing. But the only issue is deers. Deers constantly jumping over fences and breaking the top wire, or crawling under the fence and breaking the bottom wire. We do get a lot of them cases around here, a lot. This could do with a bit of a rejigging, the little gap, just to tighten it up a small bit more. You see, we could just cut back bushes, take the whole fence out, pull it out into the field there, and just start from scratch. It's the only way really to do it. You could go around, cut bushes, spray bushes, do whatever, and just start hammering stakes in where there's broken ones. But when you're doing it, you might as well do a right job. Again, this fence isn't too bad. Just see, the wire is fairly tight, but once you start cutting away the bushes that's growing out over it, it might start to slag a bit. You can just see a load of whin bushes, a load of briars and all that sort of stuff growing out in front of it. So yeah, but anyways, another sort of loose stake there. But looking at this wire, it's not too bad. You could use this wire again once we pull it out. Well, we'd have to pull it out first and have a good look at it, but from a quick glance from now, it's not too bad looking. But anyways, that's basically why we put electric tape the whole way around the perimeter of the field. But we also use electric tape to graze the bullocks as well. So it's not too bad. And they've done fairly well to eat the grass as well. Fairly well. Not too bad. If we could get in here now, whether or not we'll get in here this time of year, there is a soft spot just down below there. But to get it topped, cut the grass down as low as the topper will cut it, and then fresh grass will start growing then next year. But yeah, not too bad at all. But anyways, that's the electric tape down, all the stakes in. The old man came yesterday evening, and just I was about finishing up, and the two of us unloaded the transport box, so there won't be any footage of that because it's already done. But yeah, fence is down, bullocks are sold, happy days. So that is going to be the end of today's video. Don't forget, if you liked it, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe and check out my merch. The link to that will be down in the description as always, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Take care.